They say time is of the essence. Time waits for no one. Everything you want in life takes time. The total amount of time it took me was about 6 years. For 6 years, I waited for the right moment, the right time to tell my story. I think now is the perfect time. Let's begin. I came back to St. Louis May 2014 from Missouri State University. I just graduated, and when I came back home and I was here for a couple months, I realized that I was 242 pounds. Didn't have a bank account anymore. It closed. Didn't have any money. Didn't have a job.
I guess he was kind of discouraged at the time. If I can remember that, he couldn't really find a job doing the actual broadcasting media, whatever.
I was sleeping on a futon mattress, and at that point I realized that, damn, I need to make a change because, you know, I can't keep going on like this. I can't keep living in my mom's house and I have, you know, nothing to do. So the first thing I did, I started losing weight, got my weight under control. Then after filling out hella job applications, I found a couple jobs. First, I started at Busch Stadium. I was a cook there.
Yeah, man, when I first met Stacey, he reminded me of myself. I was never shy, but I was always like waiting on or peeping the whole scenery. Like when I meet people for the first time, I peep game on how they react, on how they do things and how they respond to things. But once we out the box, or once we get to know a person, we open up more. And, you know, I always love to talk. And what I seen from Stacey, at first he was quiet, like you say, he always peeping the scenery. And then once he feel like it's safe to talk, we do this. We go off in the mouth. We love to talk, but also we love to listen, and that's what I liked about Stacey.
I enjoyed my time at Busch Stadium. I met a lot of great people there. It was always a great vibe. I was looked upon as somebody that can get the job done, very reliable, always brought energy, laughter. So
Stacey overall, man, he a good guy. Like he easy to talk to. He definitely make people laugh, and that was one of the qualities that we got along so much, because we both talk, we both like to listen, and you know, we like to tell jokes or whatnot.
Also, I became a teacher. I thought that I would never ever become a teacher, but here I am. I became a teacher. I started as a substitute teacher for about 1.5 years. And then I moved on to an assistant role. During that time, I started some basketball programs. And then after the assistant role, I became what they call a teacher fellow, in which I was able to teach my own classes.
One of them schools, they had the media class, and that made them, you know, happy.
People didn't want to answer it because you know them kids out there.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite?
7th grade, period.
8th grade.
Oh! Hold up. First of all.
Wait, y'all asked me the question.
We're on classroom for the rest of the year. What about
You was in our classroom every day.
What's wrong with 8th grade?
What's wrong? Ain't
They not boring.
We talking about you. Right. We supposed to be the favorite. Right. We stuck with you through the whole year, and you just
Wait, y'all asked for my honest opinion.
one 8th grader in that basketball team?
Next question. Talk about 8th grade. Right. Yeah.
It was great. It was great. Enjoying giving back to the kids, being a resource for the kids, making the kids laugh. They learned some things from me, taught them new things. just engaging within the community, talking to parents and everything. You know, it was all good. And, you know, at that point, I was glad that I was giving back to the community and, you know, helping people and all that stuff. But deep down inside, I knew that something was missing.
He always, sorry y'all, lowered his standards. And I always told him, like, dude, you know, never lower your standards for anybody, man, because when you lower your standards, you're not going to get what you expected to get out of it because you lowered your standards. And that was always Stacey. I always seen him lower his standards. And I didn't like that about him. But, you know, as a person, you felt like, I mean, as a man, you felt like, you know, if you lower your standards, well, maybe this person will do this or this person will be this, be that. And you end up getting the outcome of the stick that you didn't see coming.
Stacey, he always wanted to, he wanted to be well-known, famous, or what have you. And I always supported his dream as well as his brother and sister. And with the multimedia, I noticed at a young age, he would do the sports. He was so into the sports.
I couldn't think what it was, but then one day it crossed my mind that I was leaving behind my true essence. I was denying my own spirit, the things that made me happy. What makes me happy is doing media stuff, and specific doing sports media, sports writing, sports podcasts, talking about sports, doing other media things. I started writing for Rare Radar in 2017.
Hello, my name is Asia Mobley and I'm the founding editor of Rare Radar. And so I initially met Stacey about 3 years ago. I had put out an advertisement for me to have writers join the team because I wanted to expand. And Stacey was one of the first few people who I brought on the team.
I remember I contacted Asia. She was looking for people to write for Rare Radar, and I immediately jumped on it. And, you know, she welcomed me in, and I told her, you know, I always wanted to write sports and write about sports, and she opened that door for me.
And what stuck out the most to me when talking about his goals was the fact that he wanted to start a sports column for Rare Radar. And at that point, I'm like, hey, I don't know anything about sports, but I trust your vision. And he really took that vision and made it into a whole situation. Like, people really look forward to his take on the predictions and recaps of the different sports that go on throughout the year. And to this day, sports is like one of the most read things on our website.
My sports media journey all started with Rare Radar, and, you know, I still write for that site. I still write for her to this day, and, you know, I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful that she gave me that platform to start exercising my talents, start using my talents. And, you know, I've grown, and you know, I hope the best for Rare Radar. I love it. You know, great people, great vibes. You know, staff, very cool people, man. And, you know, I hope the best for Rare Radar. Here it is, 2018. I still remember the day, July 31st. I got fired from St. Louis Public Schools. An unfortunate false incident led to my firing. And, you know, I was devastated because, you know, for one, I knew that it was all a lie. And two, I missed the opportunity to see my boys that I coached basketball that year, watch them I couldn't watch them graduate. My preschool class, couldn't see them graduate. And I thought that I'd never get fired for anything because I always watch myself. I always, you know, try to do the right thing. But I was hurt. I was definitely hurt. And some time passed and you know, I became okay with it. I still got Busch Stadium. I picked myself up, take it from there. But then the one thing that I thought would never ever happen. And that's my sister passing away.
I didn't think I would ever lose a child to that kind of capacity.
When she passed away, it was like a piece of me left. You know, because how you prepare for that? How you prepare for, you know, not having your own sister?
As far as the family is concerned, one thing Tammy told me when she was in Kendrick Hospital, she said, "Mama, I am the sacrificial lamb, and I'm gonna put this family back together." And she also said, "Whatever you want, Mama, just let me know. I'm gonna take care of you."
And at that point, I didn't know what to do with it. I wanted to lash out. I wanted to cry. I wanted to act. I wanted to disappear from the world. I ain't want nothing to do with the world anymore. I didn't know. I didn't know where to go. Like what? When your inspiration, your source for inspiration, and your source for to be calm, the person that you talk to, you know, to make things better. When they gone, like where do you go? Like what the fuck do you do?
As I go day by day, even before we moved here, I can say this: I am the daughter of the one true living God, and I'm also a mother of an angel.
At that point, I had to make a decision. I was either going to go ahead and let this eat me up and fall into darkness, or I was going to build myself back up again, get myself up, get moving. And that's when I remember the things that my sister symbolized, especially during her last year alive. She symbolizes strength, courage, boldness. And from that point on, I made a decision to incorporate those things through her memory and get myself going. I got back fully on my sports writing, sports podcasting. I did the podcast, the Last Word on Sports podcast, which is now CrownHoops.
My name is Jordan Daly. I'm the founder at CrownHoops.com. I've known Stacey since about 2018 when he joined the staff at Last Word on Sports. At the time, I was the managing editor of the site. You know, I've seen him develop a lot, not only as a writer, but as a podcaster and, you know, just as a general person. We've been very close. We started a podcast later on in 2018, early 2019. I'm not really sure on the dates. But, you know, seeing his development as a writer and, you know, kind of like a sports analyst in general grow.
Stacey and I met just over a year ago now, both just writing basketball articles for the site called Last Word on Sports. And at that time, you know, he was just another one of the 20 or so writers that I was working with. But then from there, you know, we were both moving up in the ranks, got promoted to editor, and then we were both, you know, working on this podcast together. And we've been doing that for a year now. So during that time, first of all, just Stacey as a writer, you know, he's progressed with me through a few different sites now.
And then, writing for Jordan at CrownHoops, you know, working with Ben and Mike and the rest of the guys. You know, my talents grew even more.
It's been tremendous. I was looking at his first article with Last Word on Sports earlier today, and you kind of read it. It's all short, choppy sentences, and he never really ventures out as to kind of go into detail or make any like articulate opinions. It's kind of just stating the general stats, whereas if you look at his work now, he's not really afraid to state his opinion.
The podcast, I'm glad that came around, that idea came around, because I always wanted to do it.
Going back to the Miami Heat, this is the dominant year. First of all, 66-16. They finished 66-16. They was top 5 on both offense and defense. As a team, they finished shooting near 50% as a team. And the big three, we all know LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. All three of those guys shot above 52% that whole year. It was crazy year. They were just dominant that whole season. So I'm going with the Heat on this.
You can throw anything at him and he's got it. You can just talk off the top about anything basketball related, football related. You name it, he knows it. It's in his head somehow.
And he would call every game and they win, whoever the team was, you know. How do you know that?
He delves into kind of deeper matters and kind of goes at, you know, a deeper meaning of his articles rather than just stating out stats. He goes into like advanced analytics, and he's just improved tremendously. And even if you look at like the first podcast compared to now, you'll see tremendous growth.
The passion is definitely there.
Okay, you guys want to talk about who's stopping Kareem when he's like 55 years old? Who's stopping Kareem in his prime? Who's stopping after Kareem? He was averaging 30-plus points and 10-plus rebounds a game.
This is prime MJ, though.
Yeah, we not going to do this again. We picking the Bulls. We're not going to go against this Bulls team.
Okay, hold on.
It's just because it's his passion, it's our passion. We can have a lot of fun on the podcast as well.
Winner out of this. There is one clear winner out of this.
Ben having a hard time.
Yeah.
All right,
Stacey,
what
do you think, Stacey?
7 players average double figures for the Lakers. Just letting you know that 7. Showtime.
Right, so easy, Stacey.
All right, so I was going back and forth between these two because both these teams were stacked.
Dang, right.
Man, Celtics, this legendary team right here, Lakers legendary team right here. But I'm going with the Lakers on this one. I'm going with the Lakers. And this is why. Because that year.
This is rigged. We got 2 Lakers fans in here.
Wait. Look.
Stacey's not a Lakers fan.
In that year,
LeBron fan.
In that year, in the finals, the Lakers year, who they beat in the finals that year?
Come on,
okay. You know who?
But let me ask you this.
He's typing something right now. You can see his fingers working right now.
Let me ask you this. The Celtics beat the Houston Rockets in 1986. The Lakers didn't even make the finals.
They literally went against each other with the same team, man. Who won?
It was a different year. Okay, but the year before, the Lakers didn't even make it to that point. Something to think about.
They was just getting ready.
Oh, man. Okay, Jordan, don't fire me. I'm picking the Lakers.
After that, I branched out, did my own podcast show with Natasha, Clare from New York.
Just looking up some stats on Mr. Burrow, he has thrown 30 touchdowns this year with 4 interceptions. He's going to complete about 71% of his passes on the road, as opposed to 80% while playing at home. It ain't going to be easy playing down in Alabama. You know, and Tua's gonna be playing this week. He's been resting up for his week's game. So I think this is gonna be a very, very big game to watch. Obviously, I think everybody's gonna.
Natasha, that's the home girl, and she made me better as a podcaster because I know every episode she gonna bring facts, she gonna bring stats, she gonna bring the passion, you know, and I had to bring it. And I had to match her energy and all that stuff. So like, you know, I gotta stay on my toes, and that's all thanks to her.
Alabama, they just amazing. Offense is amazing. Their wide receiver core, they got all first round draft picks as their wide receiver. Man, I looked up their stats. Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs III, Devontae Smith, all of them over 500 yards receiving and collectively 23 touchdowns. That's incredible. That's incredible. But I want LSU to win this game. I want LSU to win this game.
I agree.
And matter of fact, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm picking them to win the game.
Guess what? I'm gonna back you on that.
Okay.
I'm also picking LSU as well.
See, that's why you my favorite. You got my favorite.
You know, without her, you know, being a part of the podcast, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't have grown as much as I did without Natasha being a part of the podcast. I always wanted to go and to live in Los Angeles.
Stacey's dream was to move to California and to broaden his horizons as far as his career in media and music and all that, and I think it's a good move.
I remember I was 10 years old. I was supposed to go to Los Angeles and it didn't happen. But for some reason, I always felt a connection to that city for some reason.
I always told my children to pursue their happiness and dreams and always get a career that they like. Go to a job that you like. Don't go to a job that you have to work, and you have to get something that you love and like, and you will prosper in it. And this is what he's going to do. Venice Beach, he said he had a spiritual connection.
And during my birthday / spring break week, I went, and my homeboy Orlando, he helped me out. He, you know, came with the idea and said, hey, let's go to Los Angeles. You off, I can take off, let's go. And then at first I was like, nah, I ain't want to spend all that damn money because Los Angeles is expensive as fuck. But then I was like, well, shit, you only live once. Let's go ahead and go. And I went. And while I was there, you know, I realized, damn, this is the place for me. This is perfect. Nice weather, and you know, while I was there, I felt like me 100%. Like I was taking pictures, I was posting stuff and all that. And I'm like, this is me. This is me right here. And I was there for 5 days, and then when I got back on the plane to come back to St. Louis, I told myself on that plane, I said, next year, I will be moving to Los Angeles, California. I said that.
I'm going to miss him because he's a great big help here. But I cannot be selfish and say, well, you need to stay here and help me, you know, all that stuff that, you know, I'm not selfish. So I will ask the Lord to bless Stacey.
I know that once I get there, sky's the limit.
Bright guy, man, very educated. He's going somewhere. I definitely see him going somewhere because just the attitude and the qualities that he got, man, you got no choice but to go up.
Good writer, knows his stuff, and it's his passion.
I definitely think he has a bright future in the sport media industry.
So I can't thank him enough for his consistency and dedication to the team. You know, every day it still baffles me that people would want to be a part of my vision, but honestly, he really took that and made it our vision, and he's inspired me even just as a CEO and founding editor, you know, along with the other teammates. So yeah, I can't help but thank him enough for his dedication. I think I said that already, but I really am so thankful to have him on the team, and just so excited to see his growth. Like, ever since we met, he's grown so much, and I'm so proud of everything that he's done within his own personal podcast and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited to see what goes on in the future.
That music thing that he got going on, I can see big things with that, because he got a lot of talent. He just needs the right tools and the right people to make his stuff blow. But I can go so much, I can go longer than this about, you know, what's going on with Stacey. But overall, man, he's a good guy, man, and I wish him the best.
And one day he will meet up with the right people and like I say, blow up. I'm like, there he is on channel such doing the sport thing over there. Look at your Uncle Stacey.